Should Congress ban assault weapons?
Should Congress ban assault weapons? Absolutely not. Congress has no right to take away my privilege as an American to own guns to protect myself for many reasons. One of the primary reasons being that is my fundamental right to own guns to protect myself. In the Second Amendment, it states that the right of people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. Therefore, if it's already an amendment, we should keep it that way. Well, by the way, some people have an argument about a ban on assault weapons. Assault weapons are not typically owned by criminals. As a matter of fact, criminals do not typically own assault rifles. They own handguns. Assault weapons are extremely expensive, and they're very difficult to conceal. And even if we were to institute the ban, we would still be unable to deal and handle the factor that a huge number of Americans of these guns are already owned. The military is primarily the one that uses assault weapons, not just criminals off the street. While a lot of people, especially liberals, believe that the issue to the things I just mentioned would be to provide a buyback, to the problem that I just mentioned, they think that using a buyback program would help. Well, not necessarily. It would be impossible to do the buyback program that Democrats have been arguing about because of the fact that the government would not be able to afford it. You would have to give a certain amount of money to each American who owns a gun in order to give the gun away from them. To get the gun away from them. There are too many Americans who own guns and typically just don't own one gun, but multiple. This will untimely make us more into debt. But what about, when people say that guns, basically, can cause harm because of the people using them? Well, not necessarily. With background checks, people who are selling the guns can look through people's records and find out who is worthy and who is not to own them. By the way, and a good evidence of this is that in 2010, the National Instant Criminal Background Check System denied 76,000 buyers that could have owned guns but were unable to do so because of their records. And by the way, how many of those individuals were prosecuted? A whopping 44 out of 76,000, and there were 13 out of 76,000 convicted. That is a conviction rate of 0.2%, that is some good evidence right there of why gun control is really not needed, because of one of many reasons, one of them being we have background checks. When it comes, a lot of argument, the main argument that people that are pro-gun control make is that guns can cause school violence. Not necessarily. When it comes to keeping students who could possibly have guns out of schools, hire guards, arming guards to guard the schools. Keep in mind, this makes the school violence. It's been done. They do it in Israel as far as keeping army guards to guard the schools, and it keeps school violence at effectively zero. Keep in mind that is about 28 of our public schools that they already employ security officers who carry guns. So this isn't a new idea. So therefore, stating that guns can cause school violence is not a good argument. Based on everything that I just mentioned, and if you do further research, gun control is not useful. People are going to find ways to commit crimes, to murder people, to cause violence, whether they have a gun or not. Just like my pen does not cause me to fail a test, a gun does not kill people. People kill people, okay? Just like cars do not cause wrecks. People who are driving the cars cause wrecks. Therefore, with all of that being said, keep the Second Amendment in place, okay? Thank you.